In this video, we'll explore Nockamixon, one of the best day-use parks in the Pennsylvania State Park system. Nockamixon State Park is in the southeast corner of Pennsylvania, about 50 miles from Center City, Philadelphia, and 20 miles from Allentown. While exploring this park, I found it had at least 19 different entrances. This tour starts at the Orange Arrow. The Haycock section is like a small park in the larger park, with adequate parking, restrooms, and several nice features. For example, Haycock has a nice boat launch area. There's also plenty of fishing spots along the shoreline. The lake is a warm water fishery, which includes walleye, pickerel, and smallmouth bass. Enjoy the lake from one of many picnic tables. The Haycock section is popular for kayaks, canoes, paddleboards, and windsurfing, as it's quieter than the main marina. The next park opening is at Tohickon Lane, off Route 563, where parking is limited. You can hike from here to John's Pond, but you can also get to John's Pond and the Prison Camp Trail by starting near the Haycock boat launch. This is the location of the Tohickon motorboat launch on the North Shore. Motors of up to 20 horsepower are allowed in Lake Nockamixon. In an effort to provide recreational activities to as many people as possible, an ADA accessible dock was installed in the Tohickon section. The Tohickon section provides some seasonal storage for kayaks and has a restroom. Harrisburg School Road will take you into the marina part of the park, but this section also features the pool, the disc golf course, and an immense amount of picnic tables. There's a sign for the disc golf course before you get to the marina. Disc Golf Course Review considers this 18-hole course to be one of the top 3 in Pennsylvania. If you need discs to play, the park will lend you some on weekdays with proper ID. A children's fishing pond is also in this area. Next is the marina. There are very few state park marinas in the east, so a waiting list is kept as demand exceeds the 648 boat slips available. There's also 120 dry storage slots for boats and trailers. Lake Nockamixon is fortunate to have the right type of winds for sailing, windsurfing, and using catamarans. The Nockamixon Sail Club holds competitive racing starting in April and running through October. There's a marina visitor center, but signs on the doors announce it's not open to the public. However, since you're there, you might as well stroll through the nearby butterfly garden. You can also catch up on all the activities in the park at this information board. At the far end of the marina lot, you'll find the longest boat ramps in the park. A popular feature of Nockamixon is that boating and fishing are allowed all 24 hours. The park's Environmental Education Center is only open when a program is scheduled. There is no parking at the center, so get ready to hike through the woods from parking area 12. Swimming is not allowed in Nockamixon Lake, but the park does have a nice pool with several water features. You can access the pool from parking areas 3, 4, and 7. This pool has one of the nicest patio areas I've seen at any state park. Pool area has changing stations, restrooms, and a snack bar, which is also accessible to picnickers outside the pool. There's a playground near the pool, off parking area 3. Like all the pavilions in the park, this one off parking area 5 can be reserved. This more private spot is near the bathrooms and features a large lawn area. Park has a boat rental, and it's off parking area 2. You can rent canoes, rowboats, kayaks, paddle boats, paddle boards, motorboards, and pontoon boats. There's lots of picnic tables along the shoreline near parking area 1. If any area in the park looks like a swimming beach, it's area 1. But the shallow water near the shore quickly becomes very deep. These sharp drop-offs near the shoreline is why this park does not allow swimming in the lake. The park office is off Route 563 at the west end of the main park. Another unique park feature is off Deerwood Lane. The lane ends on a long peninsula that juts into the lake called the fishing pier. You can pull your vehicle up to your favorite spot, and you'll conveniently have everything you need nearby. Remember, though, the lake is deep at this point, which limits the type of fish in the area. Some other people opt to fish in the area just before the peninsula, which has some shallower spots and is somewhat safer for children. Deerwood Lane also has its own boat launch area. Nockamixon has many convenient restrooms, including this one on Deerwood Lane, and others at Haycock, Dohikon, the Marina, 3 Mile Run, the disc golf and children's fishing pond area, the nature center area, the boat rental center, the pool, and picnic areas 1, 6, and 12. Also off Deerwood Lane is this waterfall on the Old Mill Trail. Starting the Old Mill Trail by the boat launch on Deerwood Lane is an easier hike to the waterfall than from the other end. Deerwood Lane has a giant parking lot for horse trailers, and it also includes the other end of the Old Mill Trail. The next park entrance is off Old Bethlehem Road. Here you can access the Quarry Trail and another section of the Old Mill Trail. Further down Route 563 is a remote spot off Camp Trail Road that leads to the Tohikon Creek and the High Bridge Trail. Here's another access to the Quarry Trail off Cahagon Road. An area for hiking is shown on the park map off Richland Road at Clymer Road. What it doesn't show are the historic buildings located here. This is the Weissel farmhouse, built in the mid-1800s. It also served as a youth hostel in the late 1900s. Property also has an old barn. Access to the High Bridge Trail is behind the barn. The Sterner Mill Trail is off Sterner Mill Road. It is a more difficult trail and is not for mountain bikers and horses. Before we move on to the south side of the park, please brighten my day by liking this video and subscribing to my Pennsylvania State Park series. The southern side of the park is less developed, with several long trails. However, there is a nice boat launch near Route 313 off 3 Mile Run Road. The 3 Mile Run boat launch is nice and is especially popular with visitors from southern Bucks County. Pennsylvania's Region 4 Parks Office is located nearby on a beautiful site by the lake. A short distance from the Regional Park Office is the beginning of the Elephant Trail. This popular trail is considered an easy hike. The cabin area and access to several trails are located off Stover Mill Road. You can access the east end of the Elephant Trail from here. There are 10 cabins at the end of Stover Mill Road, all with modern conveniences and bathrooms. You can rent these heated cabins year-round. This is the only camping in Nockamixon State Park. There's also a fun playground in the cabin area. From Stover Mill Road, you can also access one end of the 5-mile-long Church Trail. This horse trailer lot is off Keller's Church Road at the midpoint of the Church Trail. Indian Trail Road leads down to a view of the dam. Be aware the lower half of this road is unpaved and deeply pitted. Here's an access to the Mink Trail at the end of Indian Trail Road. This is the dam that holds back the 13 billion gallons of water in Nockamixon Lake. Parking lot at the dam is also for horse trailers and access to the Mink Trail. Pull off South Park Road to view this attractive spillway at the dam. Access the mountain bike trail from the lot on Tower Road. You'll also find the Sentinel Rock in this area. This 10-mile mountain bike trail is challenging and slippery, and horses are not allowed in this area. A group called Ride Knox helps maintain the bike trails. Use the extensive paved trails in the main section of the park for regular bike riding. For the latest news on events at the park, go to events.dcnr.pa.gov. About 3,500 acres in the park are open to hunting in season, and there are more hunting acres in the nearby state game lands, number 157. Sections of the park are also set aside for bow hunting. Sledding is popular in the marina section of the park. In winter, cross-country skiing takes over the paved bicycle trails in the main park. Other skiers like the steeper climbs in the Sterner Mill area. There are some vendors very close to the park that provide recreational equipment rentals. There are also several nearby campgrounds. You can use these resources to plan your future visits to the Pennsylvania state parks.